I made my first $3,000 before I even knew what I was doing. And if you bought courses but still don't have a single client, this is why. You've watched the videos, taken notes, filled docs with strategies, you understand funnels, ads, outreach in theory, but when it's time to actually get paid, nothing. No clients, no income, no proof. Just more learning. And here's the truth, it's not your effort, it's your focus. Right now you're doing what feels like progress, instead of what actually gets you paid. Calling out course addiction. Let me guess, you told yourself, this next course will fix it. So you bought one. At first, it felt good, like things were finally starting to click. Then a week later, you saw another video. New strategy, better system, updated method. So you bought that one too. And now, you've got a folder full of courses, half finished or fully finished, but nothing actually changed. No clients, no money, no real movement. And if I'm being honest with you, that's not a motivation problem, that's course addiction. And nobody talks about this, because the entire internet is built on convincing you that learning more equals earning more. But look at your reality. You've probably learned more than most people. You understand things most beginners don't. And yet, you're still not getting paid. So clearly, something doesn't add up. Why learning doesn't equal getting paid? Here's the shift that changed everything for me. Learning is safe. Getting clients is risky. Learning feels productive. You watch a video, dopamine. You take notes, dopamine. You understand something new, dopamine. It feels like you're moving forward, but you're not. Because real progress is simple. Someone pays you. That's it. That's the only thing that actually counts. And here's the problem. Courses are designed to give you information, not income. And information without execution is just entertainment. You're consuming, not creating results. Think about it like this. You could watch 100 hours on how to swim. You could understand every technique, every stroke, every breathing pattern. But until you get in the water, you're still drowning. And right now, most people are still on the side of the pool, watching, taking notes, but never jumping in. The real reason you're stuck. Let's go deeper. Because this isn't about laziness, it's about protection. Learning protects your identity. If you keep learning, you can always say, I'm not ready yet. I just need one more strategy. I need to understand this better first. And that feels good, because it removes pressure. But the moment you try to get a client, everything changes. Now there's risk, rejection, being ignored, looking stupid, getting no replies, and your brain hates that. So what does it do? It gives you a comfortable alternative. Just learn more. It feels like progress, but it's actually avoidance. And this is where most people get stuck. Not for days, not for weeks, for months, even years. Stuck in this loop. Learn, feel productive, no results, learn more. The hardest truth. Let me give you the truth. The one thing most people avoid hearing. You don't need more knowledge. You need more conversations. You don't need another course. You need someone to say, yeah, I'll pay you. That's it. Because getting paid isn't a knowledge problem, it's a visibility problem. Nobody knows you exist yet. Nobody has seen your offer. Nobody has been asked. So of course, you're not getting clients. It's not because you're not good enough. It's because you're invisible. And once you understand that, everything starts to make sense. Introducing the real lever, outreach. This is where everything flips. The fastest way to get your first client is not more content, more learning, more planning. It's outreach. Direct, intentional, slightly uncomfortable outreach. Because outreach does one thing, it puts you in front of opportunities immediately. You don't have to wait for months for views. You don't need an audience. You don't need followers. You don't need a perfect website. You need conversations. You send a message today, you can get a reply today. You can book a call this week. You can get paid this month. That's how close money actually is. My personal story. Let me make this real for you. 3 weeks after I started learning lead generation, I got on a sales call with the business owner. The problem was I wasn't actually ready. I didn't have a plan. I didn't have a proper system. I didn't even have my Stripe account set up yet. But I got on the call anyway. And somehow, by the end of that call, the client said yes. I told them, great, I'll send you the payment link after the call. But the truth was, I hadn't even created it yet. So as soon as the call ended, I rushed to set up Stripe, created the payment link and sent it over. And about 20 minutes later, I got a notification on my phone. $3,000 paid. I remember just staring at my phone for a second because 3 weeks earlier, this was just something I was researching on YouTube. And that was the moment something really clicked for me. Up until that point, lead generation felt like something you just watch, something you learn, something you prepare for. But that call showed me two things. First, this business model actually works. And second, the reason most beginners fail has nothing to do with ads, funnels, or marketing tactics, because I didn't have any of that fully set up. No perfect funnel, no polished website, no automation, no systems, but I still got paid. And that's when I realized something important. You don't get paid for being ready. You get paid for being in the right conversations. That's it. And once you understand that, lead generation becomes much simpler. Because now you stop trying to build everything first, and you start focusing on the one thing that actually leads to money. Talking to people who already need what you offer. And here's the part most people miss. You don't need hundreds of clients to make real money doing this. Why outreach feels hard. Now I know what you're thinking. Outreach feels spammy. I don't know what to say. What if they ignore me? Good. That discomfort, that's the barrier. And that's exactly why it works. Because most people won't do it. Which means if you do, you instantly separate yourself. And remember, your goal is not to feel comfortable. The goal is to get paid. Reframing outreach. Outreach isn't begging. It's not spamming. It's not annoying. It's this. Solving a problem for someone who already has it. If a business is struggling and you can help, but they don't know you exist, you reaching out to them is actually valuable. You're not interrupting them, you're helping them. Simple outreach framework. You need three things. Who? People with a clear problem. What? A specific result you can help with. Message. Simple, direct, human. Something like, hey, I noticed you have this problem. I help with result. Want me to show you how to fix it? That's it. What happens next? This is a volume game. One message won't change your life, but 100 might, 500 might, 1000 definitely will. Every message is an opportunity. Every reply is a chance. You don't need everyone to say yes. You just need one or two people. The shift that changes everything. When you switch from I need to learn more to I need to talk to more people, everything changes. And once you get your first client, you realize something powerful. You were never missing information. You were missing action. The wake-up call. So if you've been stuck buying courses, watching videos, taking notes, but still not getting paid, you don't need another course. You need more conversations, more outreach, more action. If you want to learn how to actually build a lead generation system step by step, that's exactly why I created my community Lead Incubator. Inside the community, I break down the frameworks, systems and templates beginners can follow to launch their very first lead generation system. Things like how to choose the right niche, how to structure a simple offer, how to reach out to businesses, and how to land your very first client. So if you want help building your own lead generation business, you can check that out. But either way, the main thing I want you to take away from this video is simple. Once you understand how businesses actually make money, building a business becomes much less complicated. That's it for this video. I'll see you on the inside.